What's up going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's how to unlock video, we're going to be covering the CR-56 Amax Modern Warfare Assault Rifle for those of you that are free to play in Warzone. Now, I did cover this weapon in the past, however, tons of new players have joined. It's on a different map, and they overall did a nerf recently that will actually impact the difficulty of this challenge. So I wanted to give you guys an updated version. You guys can expect me to go over some tips and tricks to make it a bit easier. We will obviously cover the challenge so you know what you need to do to unlock it, and I will even give you guys a recommended loadout to best set you up for success. Before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. Now, before we dive too far into it, I want to cover what game mode you guys should be playing. There's an LTM, whether it's called Errl Clash or Rebirth Blood Money Quads. You guys are welcome to do it in that. However, it's not always in the game, so I want to recommend something a little bit more consistent, which is going to be Plunder. The great news here is that Plunder offers 10 to 20 minute matches, which gives people of all skill levels more opportunities to actually get the progress towards their challenge. When you are diving into the Caldera map, the best place that you can land is going to be the airfield. Tons of players go here, whether it's to level up weapons, go for their weapon challenges themselves, or they just know it's the most populated place on the map, so they go here trying to rack up those kills. Now, due to the difficulty of this challenge, I'm going to highly recommend that you guys absolutely camp it out. Due to the recent nerf, it's going to take you guys up to 4 melee hits to actually down a player, which is absolutely going to be harder than it seems, considering if you only get off 1 or 2 before they start firing, there's a good chance they could still eliminate you before you actually get your elimination. I recommend you guys go to the U-shaped 2-story building, as there will be tons of engagements here, and it's likely that more people will walk past you as you are sitting in a corner, hopefully choosing that near a door, so that way when they come through, they don't see you immediately. If and when they pass by, you're going to want to obviously challenge them then, giving you the best opportunity to actually get these melee hits off, because if they see you in any way, it's likely that you're going to lose that engagement. Sneaking up on people is going to be crucial, so I highly recommend that you guys run dead silence. This is obviously going to give you silent footsteps, and once somebody actually passes by you and they didn't see you, you can pop that dead silence and run up behind them, and you will quickly be able to get those melee attacks in before they even realize what's going on. Another thing that I recommend that I found really helpful was running double time. This increases your tactical sprint by 30%, which will allow you to be a little bit quicker when chasing an opponent, as the melee lunge is not actually that great when using the butt of the gun. So definitely want to get as close as possible before actually making that maneuver, or you will risk getting eliminated in that situation. Another thing that's helpful is using the stem shot, of course. If you stem slide, you will get a little bit closer to the opponent, obviously closing that distance, increasing your odds again in that situation. At the very beginning of the match, if you go to the end of the flight path, sometimes there are AFK players there. It's just going to be a coin toss whether or not someone will be there to challenge you, and you might get a couple of free eliminations that way. The only negative here is that it might take you a while to get back to where the real engagements are, and you might lose a lot of time doing this. So we covered some tips and tricks, and you guys know what the challenge is in order to unlock this. I think this is the most important part of today's video, which is going to be the recommended loadout. It's going to set you guys best up for success when actually going for these melee eliminations. Let's go ahead and dive into it with the M13 from Modern Warfare. This loadout is built to increase movement speed and your odds of getting these melee eliminations. So our attachments are as follows. With the muzzle, we have the breacher device. For the barrel, the Tempest Mini. For the stock, I'm running no stock. Our perk, fast melee. Now this is extremely helpful. And then our rear grip, we have the stipple grip tape. A couple more things I want to address before we wrap things up here. The reason I'm recommending to you guys a Modern Warfare Assault Rifle to unlock a Modern Warfare Assault Rifle is the simple fact that sometimes if you use the weapon from Vanguard or Cold War, it will cause the progress to not track properly, which will lead to you having to play more matches than is being asked. So you're going to want to avoid this as much as possible. And the last thing I want to cover is whether or not you can leave the match once you get the progress towards your challenge. So once you are confident you got the 3 melee eliminations that you need, you're going to go to where you edit your loadout in game, go to the assault rifles, down to the Amax. If you've noticed that it's tracked properly, then you can absolutely leave that match, diving into your next one, overall shortening the amount of time it should take you to complete this. Now, if you were confident you got those 3 eliminations and you go to check the progress and it doesn't look like it's tracked properly, I highly recommend you stay through to the end of the match to increase your odds of it tracking and overall eliminate the possibility of having to play more matches than is being asked. All right, so we've covered some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier. I know with the recent nerf to melee, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. Also, we've covered the challenge, so you guys know exactly what to do to unlock it, and we even went over the loadout that I recommended that will best set you up for success. So that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.